Hello everyone, welcome to case 7. This is the last case in simple equation. Please, like I said, simple equation is a very important topic. In fact, for the upper level mathematics, the junior secondary school, throughout the junior secondary school, that is the high school level, simple equation is a topic for everyone in this category. So let's see what we have in case 7. Removing fractions by multiplying through by the LCM of the denominators. I take it again, removing fractions by multiplying through by the LCM of the denominators. So let's see, find the value of the unknown. Now, you may want to ask, what is the difference between using case 7 and using case 2? Remember, case 2 talked about cross multiplication. So the difference is that we use case 2 when we have only one term on the left hand side and then one term on the right hand side. For example, if we have 2 all over 3 equal to x all over 5. This is when we use case 2, which is cross multiplication. When we have one term on the left hand side and one term on the right hand side, this is when it makes sense to use cross multiplication. Now, when you have more than one term on either one side or the two sides, for example, we have plus 3 all over maybe 5. So at this point you can't cross multiply. So what do you do at this point? It's two ways. It's either you collect like terms at this point, or you use this method. I prefer the case 7, which is removing fractions. Our aim here is to remove the fractions. And how do we remove the fractions? We remove the fractions by multiplying through. That's multiplying each term. We multiply each term by the LCM of the denominators. So let's quickly jump to it and see what we get. All right, so we have here, find the value of the unknown, and then x over 2 equal to x all over 3 plus 1 all over 2. Now, what are the denominators? The easiest way to clear fractions is multiplying each of the fractions by the LCM of the denominators. So our denominators, if we check, let's see, we're having 2, 3, and 2. So that means our denominators are just, we are looking at 2 and 3. Let's see what we'll get from there. Okay, so this will give us 2, and then this will give us 3. So if we use 2, this is 1, bring down 3. If we use 3, this is 1, and then we have 1 here. So our LCM is what? Our LCM is 2 times 3, which is 6. So we multiply each of the terms by 6. Now, why this will not affect our equation? Because we are doing it to the both sides. We are multiply everything on the left hand side and multiply everything on the right hand side. So this will give us what? This will give us 6 bracket x over 2. Makes more sense to use bracket, equal to 6 bracket x over 3 plus 6 bracket 1 all over 2. And then what are we going to get here? Now remember this 6. Let me pick one and make an illustration. The 6 there, what most of my pupils do, the mistake they will make is that they will want to say that the 6 will multiply the numerator, which will make it 6x, and also multiply the denominator, which will be 12. But that is wrong. That is not correct. So what are we looking at in this case? Please let me take this off. What we are looking at here is something like that. 6 is like saying 6 over 1 times x over 2. That is what it's saying. 6 over 1 times x over 2. So most of the times it's always cancelling. It's always to divide with the denominator. So 2 here, 1, 2 into 6 will give us what? 3. That is what we are looking at. So you are multiplying a fraction. So if you are multiplying, it should only multiply the numerator. But since our aim is to remove the fractions, so that means if we are using the appropriate LCM, what you should have is that the denominator should definitely cancel the LCM. So what do we have here? 2 here, 1, 2 into 6, this will give us 3. 3 here, 1, 3 into 6, it will give us 2. 2 here, 1, and then 2 into 6, this will give us what? 3. So what do we have? 3 times x, this will give us 3x. Remember, this is over 1 equal to 2 times x, this is 2x, and then plus 3 times 1, this will be equal to what? 3. So what do we have at this point? I believe this looks like something that is familiar to us, which will collect our like terms, CLT, and then what would that give us? So we have two of the variables here, 3x and 2x. So we will take the 2x to the left hand side, and that will give us 3x minus, because it's carrying plus here, so minus 2x equal to 3. 3x minus 2x equal to x. So x equal to what? 3. And that becomes our answer. So what is the aim of multiplying through by the LCM of the denominators? The aim of that is to make sure that we clear the fractions. So it's just removing the fractions, and then from there we can now collect items and do other things. Okay, let's move to example 2. Solution. This will give us, what do we have here? 2x plus 1 all over 4 equal to 2 all over 3. So what will happen here is that is okay. So what I'll do here is that I won't bother going to find the LCM. LCM of 4 and 3, that will give us 12. Our LCM will be 12. So this implies, so 12 will multiply 2x plus 1 all over 4 equal to, and 12 will also multiply 2 all over 3, and that will give us what? Now this implies, let's see what we have. 4 here, 1, 4 into 12, that will give us 3. 3 into 3, 1, and 3 into 12, this will give us 4. So what are we looking at? Now look at this. 3 is multiplying two terms inside this bracket. So 3 is to multiply everything inside the bracket. So that will give us 3 times 2. Okay, let me put it down here. 3 brackets 2x plus 1. So for clarity's sake, this is equal to 4 bracket 2. And this implies 3 times 2x, that will be 6x. 3 plus 3 times 1, that will be 3. Remember how we remove brackets, equal to 2. 4 times 2, that will give us 8. And then this implies, so we collect like terms there. We have 6x equal to 8 minus 3, and then our 6x equal to 5. So we divide both sides by 6. That's the coefficient, and our x will be equal to what? 5 all over 6. Okay, and then we move to excuse me, I think this should be our last quiz, our last example. So solution, what do we have? We have 15 plus 3a all over 4 equal to 7a all over 8. So what do we have here? Our LCM, 15 is like saying 15 all over 1. 15 all over 1. So the LCM we are looking for, one LCM of 4 and 8, and that will give us 8. So let's multiply and see what we'll get. This implies 8 bracket 15 equal to 8, sorry, that should be plus 8 bracket 3a all over 4 equal to 8 bracket 7a all over 8. And that will give us, okay, so this will multiply this, and then 4 here, 4 into 8, that will be 2. 8 into 8, that will give us 1. So what are we to have here? We'll be having 8 times 15, that will give us 120. That's 8 times 15, and then plus 2 times 3a, that will give us 6a, equal to 1 times 7a, that will give us 7a. So we'll collect like terms. I think it will be easier to take the variable to the right hand side. So CLT, we have only one number which is on the left hand side, so we'll leave a number on the left hand side, and that will give us 120 equal to, we have 7a minus the plus 6a will turn to minus 6a, and then we have 120 equal to 7a minus 6a, that will give us 1a, which is the same thing as a. Therefore our a is equal to 120. Okay, so that is what we get. That is how we remove brackets, or sorry, remove fractions. That is how we remove fractions. So that is what we have for the cases in simple equations. Congratulations, we've gotten to the end of our cases in simple equation. I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna do a video on how to apply simple equation. On how to apply simple equation. Because most times when you look at all these cases, it needs constant practice and reminders for you to fully master how to apply the cases, when to use which one, when to bring in which case. So I'm gonna do a video, and let me just give you let me give you a hint here. One of the ways you apply simple equation is what we call reasoning, quantitative reasoning. If you apply it in quantitative reasoning, it makes the understanding of simple equation very beautiful. So okay, for today's class, so we have activity questions here, 12 questions. So you have to carefully go through them, get the LCM of the denominators, and then multiply each of the terms by the LCM. So thank you for going through the journey of the cases of simple equation. I believe you've learned a lot from the cases of simple equation. Thank you. Our our next class is gonna be on the word problems. To me, that is the greatest word problems that is the major word problems we have at the grade level mathematics. Thank you very much. Do well to like, to subscribe, and then to also share this amazing content. See you in our next class.